722, and the first health care reform bill will be put to the test this weekend.
House Democrats are trying to change the minds of critics so they have enough votes to get it passed. Political analyst Thom Serafin joins us this morning. We know the vote's probably going to take place Saturday. Right. Why not take the bill back to their constituents? We're talking about 2,000 pages. Is it even feasible that every single congressman and woman has actually looked through all those pages?
No, I don't think anybody's really read all 2,000 pages. First of all, it's the footnotes to this law and, 246 to this bill. I mean, it's impossible to read. It's not like a book. It's just like a bunch of footnotes. So nobody's really read it, and those people that have read it understand only where it goes specifically in certain segments of it. I'm confused talking about it.
So then why vote on Saturday then?
Because if this thing goes too far down the road, they won't have 218 votes. They have to vote now. Remember, we're coming out of these elections from Virginia and what happened in New Jersey. The farther you get from that, the more you'll hear about it from your constituents. The more people in the United States House of Representatives, the Congress, are going to hear from their constituencies. If they go home, they may lose 3 or 4 or 5 more votes. Let's vote now. Keep them in Washington.
But doesn't that tell us something? Doesn't that tell us something, though, if you're saying that if they go back to their constituents, they might not want to vote on the bill?
Right.
It's kind of scary.
It is, but Nancy Pelosi wants this. She's got to have this scalp. She's got to get it out over to the Senate. Once she gets it over to the Senate, her job is done. She voted for health care. She could run on that. The Democrats can run on that. And if the Senate hasn't been able to do the job, that's a Senate problem.
Well, politically, for President Obama, how important was the AMA and the AARP support of this bill coming out?
I think it was as important as Masusi, what's the name of the New Yorker that hit the 2 home runs the other day?
Hideki Matsui. As important as the MVP to the New York Yankees.
That was the ball game. That's the World Series. I mean, that was huge for him. It's so large that he's going to come out tomorrow. He's going to work the Congress, and he's going to support this bill. Now, he's not going to say it's better than the Senate version, which we really haven't seen in real great detail since they're amending it yet, but he's going to be saying, I'm for this particular House bill. I may also be for the Senate bill. So, yes, he's going to come out for it tomorrow. It was very big.
But meanwhile, the GOP, they're not going to sit with their hands idle. They're holding a town hall style health care rally today in Washington. You have this representative from Minnesota trying to rally everyone to show up in Washington and kind of get the voices heard. Do you think there'll be some legwork from that?
Oh, the Republicans absolutely have to be out front on health care. Can you imagine they go to the polls a year from now and they said, we're against health care, but the Congress has passed health care, and all of a sudden all these other people now have options on health care. So the Republicans can't lock themselves out, but at the same time they have to provide an alternative. They haven't yet provided a comprehensive alternative, so they have to continue to work forward on this issue. They're still in the game, but they have to have some skin on the table. Right now they don't have enough skin on the table.
The House Republicans have obviously come up with their own health care plan that many people haven't looked at yet. But in the meantime, on Wednesday, Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid said this is not going to get done before the new year. What's your thoughts about that?
Well, if you take a look at Harry Reid, he doesn't look like a master tough guy, but he comes from Nevada, very tough upbringing. He's a man's man. He made himself what he is today. When the White House is pushing him into a corner, telling him he's got to call a Senate vote, he's thinking of himself right now. He's looking back in Nevada. He's in trouble in his reelection. He's in trouble in the Senate to get those 60 votes. His attitude is, I've had enough. I'm going to put this thing off and do it right, or else I'm not going to do it at all. I think Harry Reid is telling the White House, hey guys, if we're going to get this thing done, you're going to have to compromise. And right now you haven't compromised enough. This is all about the Democrats. Remember, they control the House of Representatives. They control the United States Senate. They control the White House. They control the entire government. The Republicans are on the sideline right now. And they talk about the Republicans having internal rifts. I mean, the internal rifts inside the Congress with the Democrats is huge. Remember, they still are arguing about abortion being paid for with federal funds on this particular bill, which is going to be voted on tomorrow or Sunday. They're still talking about the immigration issue, which is another 20 votes. They may not have 218. I think they'll find it somewhere, but, the Catholic archbishops are out there. I mean, there's a lot of problems yet with this bill.
Okay. Well, Thom Serafin, we appreciate you joining us.
Tom.
Have a great weekend.
Yeah, thank you.